And good evening and hello, friends, and welcome inside the Alpine Ice Arena for the first edition of Wendy's Inside Bulls Hockey with head coach Dennis Desrosiers. And we have lots in store for you tonight, friends. As we're going to talk with the head coach, Dennis Desrosiers, we'll take a look at the 5-3 victory that the Bulls had against the New Orleans Brass back on Monday night at the BJCC. That gave them their 10th win of the season. We'll also sit down with Kevin Pop a little bit later in the evening. We'll have a segment called Pop in the Box, where he'll go over some of the rules and penalties that we see. And we'll also take a look at the week's upcoming games a little bit later in the show on this program. Once again, shooting from the Alpine Ice Arena, the guys practicing here behind us. We'll have much more from the Alpine Ice Arena when we return on Wendy's Inside Bulls Hockey. And welcome back to Wendy's Inside Bulls Hockey with head coach Dennis Desrosiers. And joining us now is the Bulls head coach Dennis Desrosiers. And Dennis, first let's talk a little bit about the longest road trip of the season that concluded this past Saturday night in Little Rock, Arkansas with a 7-2 victory. After losing the first 2 games on the trip, we finished up strong, going 3-0-1 the last 4 games. You have to be very pleased with the play you got on that 6-game trip.
Well, I really am, and if you look at our schedule going into the season, you wouldn't think it's conducive to a winning record with right now we're 5 home games and 10 road games, but when you get through it and you're in good shape, especially if you're near the top, or in our case right now we're at the top, it's really a positive thing. I mean, it's not anything you hang your hat on. We're only 15 games into the season, and we played New Orleans, Arkansas, and Jackson about half of the games that we've played, and we still haven't seen Louisiana. We haven't seen much of Mississippi, Baton Rouge, or Mobile, and they're all pretty good hockey teams. So it's not a anything that you want to call a first place team at this point, but it is certainly a great start, and it's a great road start for us.
In that 7-2 win against Arkansas, Avi Krunikar makes his 3rd start of the year. He picks up his 3rd win of the year, stopping 29 of 31 shots. And our fans haven't had a chance to see him play yet, but he gives you a definite second option when you don't want to give Scott Roach a night off.
He does, and he's playing very well. He's a mature kid. He's an educated kid. He's a high school teacher by trade, and he wants to play hockey, and he's done a very good job for us. I think what we'll do is we'll just keep playing him on the road and build up the mystique about him, and sometime in January maybe we'll unveil him at home and sell the place out. Everybody will be so curious about him, but he really is a good kid, and he's got a real mature attitude for a backup. Sometimes goalies that have to sit a lot get antsy and they don't understand their role, or they don't work hard in practice, and Abby takes his job very serious. He knew coming in here that he was Roach's backup, very definite about that, and until there's a reason to do anything different, we'll keep up pretty much the same routine. We'll be using Abby when we spell Roach off, and that's the way it is. They both understand that, and at this point I don't know day to day when he'll play. It's not a rotation thing. It's just kind of a how you feel, how Roach feels, how Abby feels, and how I feel.
And we've talked about this in the past, Dennis. It seems like characteristically the team that you've had last season was very good on the road. This season we're off to a great start on the road. And why do you think that is? Do the guys just don't show as much flash as they try to do in front of their home crowd? Or it just seems like we're a very focused group when we go on the road to play games?
Well, I don't know that, see, we can't really judge it with last year, because I didn't think we were very good at home last year for whatever reason. And we were very good on the road, and this year it started off, we've been pretty good at both spots, so I won't compare that to the last year's team, but usually as a coach you like to judge your team on how they play on the road. If they show up on the road, that means they're probably a pretty solid group. They don't, they come to play, they don't scare easily, and they're not afraid to put out on the road and play hard. And that's usually a pretty good indication, if you've got a good road team, that you got a pretty good team overall, because home takes care of itself, you like to think. So as a coach, I'm happy to have a good, strong road team. I don't want to not have a good, strong home team, and I don't think that'll be the case this year.
And you talk about a home team. One of those home games that we got to make up was Monday night against New Orleans at the BJCC. A big, important game against a very solid Brass Hockey Club, a 5-3 victory. And Dennis, we're going to take a look at some of the clips. It all got started on Ian Bear. What a great play he made in between the defense.
Yeah, really, as a coach, one of the things you try to stress is speed in the neutral zone, and if you don't have a play, you get it deep. Well, in that case, it was a situation where it was a tape-to-tape play all the way in. They went right through the neutral zone, tape-to-tape, and a play to the net. And Hebert is a good finisher. He's a good goal scorer. He got off to a bit of a slow start, but when he gets an opportunity like that, he's going to score a lot of times.
So the Bulls had a 1-0 lead after one, but Dennis, I want to take a look at another play. Here we're taking a look at Tyler Prasovsky. You're going to see him come into the play, put a hit on Jared Derrick. He gets a 5-minute major in a game misconduct. I want to ask you, was that call made because of its severity or its legality? Looking at it, it almost looked like he hit him maybe shoulder to shoulder.
It did, but there's the rule about hitting from behind and being that close to the boards. I don't know. I don't think that really merited a 5-minute major, but by the same token, the referee sees it split second. He sees Jared Derrick stay down. Jared Derrick put a pretty good acting job on. He was out and played the next shift, so as a result, I think the rookie referee, McCauley, just instinctively gave him 5 to be on the safe side, and I think if he's seen it on tape, he might reconsider, but once the call is made, it's made, and there's no bringing him back to play after the call is made.
New Orleans had a 2-1 lead after 40 minutes of play, and the Bulls needed a strong third period. They got just that, and 42 seconds into the period, it was Belanger with the goal.
Yeah, I thought that, going back a period, I thought that we really had a lax second period. I didn't think we played that great, but we started the third period with just about a minute of power play, and you know, Hicks and Belanger are pretty hot playing together right now, and Smakovsky works hard in the power play, so it was a pretty good combination to start, and we capitalized on it and got us rolling right away. I think it set New Orleans back a little bit on their heels as we come back, and probably just a few seconds later, less than a minute anyway, and scored again.
Yeah, just 48 seconds later, you take a look at the clip here. It's going to be Kelly Perreault getting into the scoring act there from the point. That tied the game up at 2. And then it was Craig Lutz who was going to give the Bulls a lead at the point. His third goal of the season from Jamie Hicks and Tyler Johnson right here. Good play by Lutz to get control.
Actually, this is our 4th goal here. I think Perreault put us ahead 3-2. But Lutz has been struggling a bit. He started on the IR with that bad leg injury. He had a bad Charlie horse out of training camp, and it's just been kind of trouble for me to get him into the game as much as I'd like. He's a good player. But all our right side, they're all playing very well, and Lucy isn't the kind of guy that can take a shift at center, and he doesn't feel comfortable on the left side. So I really would like to get Lutz more ice time, but I have to really give him a lot of credit. He's working hard in practice, he's staying ready, and he's really capitalizing when he does get the opportunity to play. So he'll be ready to go if anyone falters. You know, you don't like to see that, but it's a long season, and with injuries and little slumps, I'm sure Craig will get a lot of ice time before it's over.
And then it's the big part of this team, and the reason why they get a victory is you don't let up. And here Belanger, you'll see, will pick up his second goal of the night, giving us a 5-2 lead at the time.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the team this year. We're not sitting on leads. We're taking the offense to them. We did that in Arkansas with a 7-2 win. We did it last night. Once we got ahead, we went for the juggler. And I think you have to do that. If you're content, it gives teams to come from behind, it gives them a chance, and you'd like to put it out of reach when you get the opportunity, and as a result, they did score another goal, make it 5-3, but it meant nothing. It was 5 minutes to go, and really it was just, it was a power play goal, and it didn't really give them much spurt at all.
And so the Bulls take the home victory by a final score of 5-3 Monday night. It was home victory number 4 on the year for the Bulls. Fans, we need to step aside, take a quick break. We'll be joined by Ken Cohen when we return on Wendy's Inside Bulls Hockey.